So let's see what's going on in our garden today. I think it's been almost a week since I posted anything, but these are the mums since I moved them, and they're getting this beautiful golden bronzy color now that they're out here in the sun and not shaded up so much by a rose, which I think they're just gorgeous here. So let's see what else we got going here. Hard to see because my hose is in the way, but there are some more zinnia blooms on this pink zinnia. They're just going to hide among the hose there. Also some wild morning glory that, as long as it stays out of my garden, I really don't care if it climbs up the fence here. So the irises they're dying back, but they'll be back next year because of course they're perennial. I've mostly pulled everything away from this spot here underneath the bird feeder. There's still the lilac bush, and of course the grass is dying down. It's been getting pretty cold at night, so things are just going to start, taking off and dying down now. So here's this is the Perone tomato. You see there's still quite a few good-sized tomatoes in there. Of course, there's a marigold growing up between it. I don't see any more of the yellow pear tomatoes. Of course, they could be hiding from me because this is just a big tangled mess. There's a Perone right there starting to turn. The hollyhocks are still sending up little leaves down here in the bottom of them. You can see them down there sending up leaves. I'm really looking forward to next year to see what color I have, because I planted a mix. So we'll have to see. These are the Lincoln peas I got from Park Seed, and they're very prolific and not as tall of a vine as what I'm used to with my sugar snaps. So you can see there's a lot of peas in there. I picked a few and given them to my sister because she loves to eat them raw out of the garden. But I may put a moratorium on that since there's getting so many. I kind of like to get some to cook for myself. We'll see what happens. There's this the huge basil. It's actually 2 plants, I believe, in here, and it's blooming now and going to seed. But it's so pretty, and you go past it and you smell it, and oh, it smells wonderful. The okra is just about done. It's still putting off a few pods here and there, but it's so cold that I think it's about done, and I'll be taking them out soon. There's the Cherokee Tam pumpkin. This is the one I use as my gauge to see if the other ones are getting ready. So it's really starting to turn. Now it won't be a bright orange. It'll be this more of a tan colored orange. There's more marigolds here, the 2 marigold plants I have here. And then of course there's zinnias up there. There's one up here that's just now opening. I think that they're beautiful. They're just such a lovely yellowy, orangey, red thing. And of course the pink are going to be my favorite forever. These are the Silver Queen okra. And can you see they're really covered in aphids. And so I'm not looking for them to reproduce much more because of that. And it's so late in the year, I'm not really sure I want to go ahead and try to spray anything. There's more pumpkin and more pumpkin. More pumpkin. I just counted them and I think there's 13. So that's more pumpkin than I know what I'm going to do with. This is the new tub. I've got radishes in it. Saxatu, French breakfast. These are an Easter egg mix that I got from Haas Tools. And then here's some more French breakfast. I've been pulling a few for my sister because she's the one I plant the French breakfast for. The onions, a few more have popped up, but still not a great rate of germination. I don't know if it was not enough water, too hot when I planted them, too cold. It could be so many things. This is my huge failure. Between aphids and grasshoppers, they just decimated my little bit of turnips. There's 2 or 3 trying to hang on, but I don't hold out any hope that they're going to do anything. Another marigold, and I don't see the bumblebee on it right now, but normally there is a bumblebee that hangs out on this marigold and sleeps on the blooms. It's really adorable. Black Magic Elephant Ear is still going. We haven't had a frost yet, thankfully, but it has been getting down into the 40s at night. And there is the little native fern I've got that is really liking the rain that we've had and stuff. So these are the basil and chives, sage. This is black opal basil, and it's blooming, so going to seed. But I really didn't grow it for anything other than just to see the pretty. There is lemon balm and catnip in here. And then the snapdragons are blooming a few more pieces. I had one calendula bloom, and it's starting to close up now. And then there is rosemary. The strawberries look like they might be okay. There's a few down here I'm going to have to replace. And of course there's more basil and more sage. And around the other side, hidden among the oregano and potatoes, is another rosemary plant. And there's a thyme back here hiding in the grass that I'm going to have to clean the grass out. My potatoes are still going. I have 3 bags that are growing, but they're getting very tall. If I can get them to last until into November, then I'm sure they'll have some potatoes under them, but it just depends on weather. This is the Creole tomato, and there are, that one's starting to turn. I picked several off of it that are starting to turn. The strawberry bed that I will get to it eventually and replace the ones that are dying in the tower. And I think I'm going to get another tower to plant some more strawberries in and just totally replace this. And then, excuse me, that's another potato and some parsley. Can you see through the fence there where the pumpkin has taken off and trying to go towards the driveway? It's such a, I'm just amazed. This was 2 plants. Excuse me, I developed a bit of a cough. And they go all the way to the gate there, and they come all the way down, and they're taking off towards the driveway there. So that's a good 30 foot, I believe. So anyway, that's about all that's going on in the garden right now. It's still going, it's still hanging in there. Give you a kind of a round look at it. And then I've got to get busy filling my bird feeders because they've emptied them out. And I don't want to disappoint the finches. So, anyway, I'll see you next week.